Chennai caters authentic ready-to-cook products now available in Canada and US. For details, link in description.
வெளிநாட்டில் மருத்துவம் படிக்கும் மாணவர்கள் வேறு கல்லூரியில் டிரான்ஸ்ஃபர் ஆக வேண்டுமா? மெட்ஜாய் ஓவர்சீஸ் எஜுகேஷனை அணுகுங்கள்.
Behindwoods Personals with தாரால இன்னைக்கு என் கூட one of the finest performer Mr. JD Chakravarthy இருக்காரு. Sir, வணக்கம் and hi.
Vanakkam and hi to you also. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much for joining. You've been very choosy in choosing and also நீங்க தமிழ் படம் பண்ணது ரொம்ப கம்மி. அதே போல தான் வந்து தமிழ் இன்டர்வியூஸ் கூட ரொம்ப கம்மியா தான் வந்து பண்ணிருக்கீங்க போல இருக்கு.
Actually, I know that's actually true, Adana, because I keep traveling between Hyderabad and Bombay. That's the problem, and I have to tell you something which will be now, you'll get offended now. Actually, my mother is a Tamil woman, Tamilian, so and I can't even speak proper Tamil.
Very
so,
seriously.
See, I told you will get offended. See, so my mother has this complaint. She keeps complaining, how can you be so stupid, not able to talk? So I said, Ma, you need to be blamed. You should have, let me grow up in Tamil Nadu, not in Andhra Pradesh.
Otherwise, he should have taught you at least by talking in Tamil at home.
See, I'll tell you something. When I was doing Mani's film, Maniratnam asked me, Mani said, Chakri, do you speak Tamil? I said, Mani, I speak fantastic Tamil. But the only problem is you will not understand it. Because I'll talk whatever I want to. Then eventually again you will ask me to talk again, tell me the meaning in English. So I said, Mani, let's stick to the language which both of us can communicate.
Best. And உங்ககிட்ட பேசுறதுக்கு வந்து ஒன்னு ரெண்டு அத்தனை விஷயம் இருக்கு, lots of experiences, and இத்தனை வருஷம் இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில வந்து you've been there, you've been striking, and you've been choosing your own films, and எப்படி, how are you doing that?
I'll tell you, see, honestly, for any actor, I don't know, I'll not talk about the rest of the actors. For me, being in films was my ambition, goal, everything. Everything after that happened is bonus. Okay. So when I came into films, when I was in intermediate first year, so my ambition, aim and goal got done. So anything happened after that is a bonus. Now, see, you need to understand what I'm saying is, I didn't say I was not interested. My interest got done. No, my ambition got done. So now I had a choice to be choosy. I didn't need to rush up. And my first film itself was a cult film called Shiva. In Tamil, it was called Udayam.
Yeah, I know, with Ramgopalvarma sir.
Yes. But you can't have the luxury to be choosy. I was lucky because of the very first film, Shiva, becoming a runaway success, a super duper hit, a cult film. So I had the choice to be choosy. So then that's where my entire, so why I was telling you is, though I was young, I am stupid now also. I was stupid then also, but I was stupid. But still I had the senses to be choosy.
How did you convince your appa? ஏதாவது சொன்னாரா இல்லனா did he permit you, or you waited for his permission? என்ன நடந்தது? Because 11th standard na nobody allows. My mother will ask me to just go study and write your exams. She didn't allow me to do anything else.
I really hate him. I really hate him a lot. I was 13 when he passed away. He was a full-time drunkard, and let's say he was into smoking, he was into drugs, he used to abuse my mother and he used to abuse me and my sister. I wish he was like that. He was not like that. I'll tell you why. No, this is a very valid thing which I'm telling you. Seriously, I mean it. He was like that hum aapke hai kaun type of family we were like. And my father was a fantastic, fabulous human being. And he was very understanding. And when I was a kid, I used to overhear my mother and father's conversation. My father was worried that I'll not become anything in life. Probably he was right, because I was good for nothing. I so wish he was around at least to see me. So I hate him because he left us too early. Don't now ask me, I was getting a little emotional and sentimental. Yes, of course I was. He left us early and he didn't give me a choice to make myself prove that, look, Dad, I've become something. So to start off with, I hate him because he left us early. And second, my mom is triple postgraduate and double doctorate, done her DLit from New York Institute of Technology, and she's a professor in music. It was sort of difficult to convince because, at that point of time, all my classmates, all my friends used to write, their names, let's say Rajesh, IAS, some Praveen, B,
MBBS.
Dr. Mahesh, and I was only one guy used to write Chakravarthy, actor, Chakravarthy, director. So everybody used to make fun of me. So fine, and one fine day, my sister, her name is Vaijayanti, she saw me writing this and she has shown this to my mom. And I thought, no, my mom will take a big lecture. I have studied so much, blah, 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 blah. No. She said, you want to be an actor? I said, she was talking to a guy who was about 13, 14, man. So I said, yes, ma'am. So she said, see, acting is not, it's not a boon. See, in Telugu, there's a saying like, Natana kadu kevalam oka varam. Adi krushi sadhanala swayamvaram. Acting is not just some God's gift or a boon. It is pure devotion, dedication, and passion towards your work, which makes you an actor. So then my mother said, she sounded so nice and so good. Then she said, listen, don't worry, you can become an actor. All she said is, you can watch as n number of films you want, you can watch TV, you do whatever you want. Then I said, wow, what a package deal. All that I want you to do is just get about 65, 70 marks in every subject. Not more than that. I don't expect anything more than that. No, that was a very smart way of actually, fooling me. So I thought, fantastic. Then she used to say, when I used to, then she used to ask me, you're not watching TV? I said, no, ma, because I need to get 70, to impress my mother. So eventually, I think this is where my first acting classes started. Let me be very honest. I was a fantastic and a very, very, very bad student. I didn't need to put an extra effort because I was already bad. What is there to do? So 70 was like, for me, was 700.
Did you get
Because
it?
all my life, bloody, it was impossible to get 35. So you're asking me for double. So, it was like, actually, I realized she was a better actor because she acted as if she allowed me. But, she made my life horrible by making me read and study. And I know the result from my batch before. See, you read anything twice or thrice or 10 times, it doesn't make a difference if you don't understand, no.
But you were putting
So,
some dedication and you were putting some hard work. Did you reap it or what?
see, I was definitely a very good below average student. So you can't expect to get first classes and second classes.
So you failed.
Once, I'm not kidding, in my chemistry exam, once in my 8th standard, I got 40 marks and I gave a party to my entire class. And let me tell you, passing mark was 40, not even 35. So, thanks to my dad and my parents, around 8, I was 8 or 9, then, my father made me finish reading all the 16 volumes of Vivekananda.
Are you serious or are you just kidding?
No, I'm sometimes I'm serious. So that's how I got into films.
I wanted to ask you this. See, how did you manage to select your film or it just happened? Because first film can't be that film to anyone.
No. Schemed in sense, see, I got a friend who was working in Annapurna Studios. He's also an actor. Okay. He's acted in Shiva as a canteen boy. His name is Uttej. So we were friends. But it happened the other way. Kya hua? Like he wanted to show off, and in those days, having a Fiat car was a big thing. So he wanted to show off in Annapurna Studios that he has got a friend who had a Fiat car, and he always knew that I was, fascinated about being in films. So then one day he called me to Annapurna Studios because he wanted, as I said, to show off, and he said, first stop near the gate and say, I want to meet Uttej. Though they'll not stop you because anyone who's coming in the car, they'll not stop. Then stop near the circle. Though they'll not ask you, tell them. Then he said something weird, which I said, I think rest all will work, but that will not work. He said, stop the car, go to the operator and say, where is it? I said, are you idiot or what? If I go, how will you see my car? And the operator is in the first floor. Okay. Then he said, okay, then come to, there was a room up there, so come there. So I went and he said his boss was going to Chennai, Madras. So I went and there were about 15-20 people standing in the queue. So I got down from the car. Obviously, in those days, as I said, car was a luxury. One of the guys stopped me and said, hello, where are you going? I said, I want to meet my friend. He said, hello, we all came to meet that friend only. Stand in the queue.
ஐயையோ!
So I was taken aback because, by then only I was fascinated with the stories of Bharti Raja sir. Now, Bharti Raja sir was going in a car and then suddenly he just saw, right side and there was one girl standing, there was a drizzle happening. And that girl was standing reading a novel in the bus stand. I don't know why she can't read home. So she was standing in the bus stand and then he picked her up and made her a heroine. I'm not kidding. He used to stay in street number 10. 250 times I went with a book and I was standing in the bus stand. So he said, no, I came to meet my friend. And there was an argument. And my friend suddenly came out and said, hey, sorry. Actually, no, my boss didn't go to Chennai, Madras. So you sit in the other room. I said, okay. Then I was sitting in the other room. Some guy walked in with sneakers, and Nike sneakers and t-shirt, and a young guy. He looked at me and said, hi. I said, hello. So he said, what are you doing? So I said, intermediate first year. He said, no. What are you doing? Bloody fellow knows that I'm doing intermediate from long time or what? So I said, no, intermediate first year, first time. He said, no, acting. Then I said, no. I've not yet acted. And then said, are you interested? Then in those days, there was this thing, where they used to take monies and, cast you and all that stuff. So I said, Acha, there's some that kind of a guy. But he was looking smart, young and all. So, as the conversation of my friend came in and said, sorry, sir, he's my boss. He said some name, I don't remember. And he said, he's my friend, Chakravarthy. I said, I want to act. And he said, Utej, get scene number 16. He gave me the scene. And he said, come tomorrow morning and do the audition. Trust me, I'm not kidding. In fact, this I shared with Kamal sir also. We'll come back to that, why I mentioned Mr. Kamal Hassan later. We'll come back to that. This I'm saying it with great pride. Let's say if there's ever going to be or all the auditions ever happened, my audition was the best of the best. When it actually, I'm not kidding, or I don't want to do it for fun. In the worst of the worst interviews, you can't beat. I'm not kidding. You can't beat my audition. Nobody can do it much anything worse than that. So it was the best in the worst. Even before this guy said camera, I started fumbling and saying my lines. Then he said, Mr. Chakravarthy, there's a thing called start camera, and then we'll say action. Then you need to say your lines. I said, yeah. Now this time I was so worried and tensed. Even before he said camera, I started fumbling and saying the lines. I'll tell you, the worst thing to happen to an actor is then he was, talking to the cameraman. He was signing him, saying like, he said, I'll not say camera or action. You run. Well, I am seeing that. No. That's much more worse. That means I realized this guy wants to wink his eye for camera and some kind of, and then action something. Then he said, I'll call your name and all. I royally screwed it up. There were 6 people standing there watching my audition. One was Mr. Akinin Venkat, who is Mr. Akinin Nagarjun's brother, Nageshwara Garu's son, elder son. He's a producer. And then Mr. Yarlagada Surendra, he was also producer. Then Mr. Ramesh, he was also producer. Both of them, Surendra Garu and Ramesh, were Yana sir's son-in-laws. And these 3 guys. So Mr. Surendra sir asked me a question. He said, Ramu, stop it. So that man who was auditioning me was Mr. Ramgopalvarma.
Oh!
The guy, yeah. The guy who was in the sneakers and the white shirt was Mr. Ramgopalvarma. So he said, Ramu, stop it. Then he said, your name? I said, I'm Chakravarthy. So he said, we are 6 people here. You're not able to perform. You're not even able to talk. There'll be 60 people tomorrow in the sets. So how can you perform? So, that question made me understand. I screwed it up. In the same breath, because I knew that I was not going to get the film. Then I said, what's your name, sir? Because I really didn't know his name, okay? And when you already know you're not going to get casted, what difference it makes? So I said, what's your name, sir? He said, I'm Yarlagada Surendra. You need to understand, I understand one thing, that I need to clear these 6 people to reach to the 6 people. So constantly all of you standing and watching me to do my best would definitely hamper my spirits, because I'm trying to impress you. Acting is not about impressing anyone, sir. Acting is about enjoying it for yourself, not even expressing it. Enjoy. You need to enjoy it. So I'm not enjoying this, sir, because there's a constant surveillance on me. Thank you very much, and I walked out. I can tell my friends that I walked out, because anyways after 10 seconds they would say get out. To tell your friends tomorrow that I walked out, da.
I was
So
supposed to know Shiva, but I rejected the movie.
nah, I rejected it. And obviously after seeing the film, I could always say it's a dumb film, man. Because I can always say that. And once I walked out, I realized it was so embarrassing for my friend, man. Because he was an assistant director there. I'm not kidding. What we show in films is not really too much. I was coming back home and there was a drizzle. The actually drizzle makes you actually get.
Choreographers are missing in this scene.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a place called Ashok Nagar in Hyderabad, like how we have Ashok Nagar in Chennai. There my car tire got punctured. It's so depressing. Then I got into an auto rickshaw and came back home, and I came and it was around 4 o'clock. I slept off. My mom, as I said, she was a professor in music, and my sister, she was hardly a year older than me. They both came from my mom's college, and my sister saw me sleeping on the couch. And she said, "How did the interview go? How did the interview go?" I said, "Akka, I don't think they'll take me." You know what my Akka's line was? "Oh, I feel so sorry for them." I loved her confidence. Huh? I loved her confidence, man. I just looked at her and said, "What? If they don't take you, it's their loss." I just looked at her. At that point of time, I found her dumb. Because she's trying to console me, but how can be their loss? She said, "Trust me. Eventually, if not this, you'll get, if not Shiva, you'll get Vishnu. Don't worry." I said, "Okay." But I got a call from my friend that evening, and he said, "Hey, my boss wants to meet you." So I'm sure you know about Ramu sir. I mean to say, you know about his, what you heard or read about him. It was around 4:30. Next day, I went to meet him. Then he said, "You smoke?" I said, "No, sir, I don't." "You drink?" I said, "No, sir, I don't drink." "And what is my cigarette smoking got to do with giving me a perm?" And now I thought he'll ask me to learn all these crafts of smoking, drinking, and said, "Sir, do you eat bubblegum?" I said, "What's wrong, man?" He's talking my language, because people think there's something wrong with me. So he's talking my language now. So he said, I said, "Sir, I eat bubblegum. Can you get that, bubble?" He said, "No, sir." Then he said, "Actually at 4:10, I've decided not to cast you." And I was prepared already. Because, I screwed up the entire audition. So, in what capacity I would expect Ramu sir to cast me. So I said, "Yeah." That is it. Actually, there's one problem. I said, "What? You look like Kamal Hassan." That's fine. No, I don't look like Countermany. No. I am nothing offensive. He is also smart. He is also smart. So then at 4:10, I decided not to cast you. I was prepared. And then we were walking, and then he said, "But at 4:25, I've decided to cast you." Now, problem is, I only got stuck with his first line of not to cast you. So the 4:25 line didn't get into my ear. But I pretended as if I was pretending. I said, "Yeah, okay." He was like, "Yeah, you're okay with that?" I said, "Yeah, I'm okay." Then I came back home, and my friend dropped in and said, "Congrats, congrats." I said, "For what?" "Ramu sir told that at 4:25 he casted you." So I said, "Did he say that?" You know why I'm telling you? Till today, I just hope, Ramu sir, please don't watch this interview of mine. I'm requesting you. But still today, he keeps telling me, "I love that attitude of yours. When I told you I'm not going to cast at 4:25, you said okay." He thinks I heard it, man. Bloody, I never heard it. And he thinks, "I love that attitude of yours when you sit." Yeah. So till today, he still believes that it's my attitude. But what he never understood, it was my arrogance which I thought, what is this fellow talking all nonsense when he doesn't want to cast me? Why should I listen to him? So, madam, this is how I got casted.
But you screwed the audition. How did you manage to act?
Thank you so very much. Seriously, telling you, you're the first person who actually asked me about this. As I said, what I told him was partly true. See, when you're trying to impress someone, you are bound to get, you get tensed, worried. You'll be pressure. You'll be under pressure. But when you don't need to impress anyone, you only want to be yourself. I don't think. The moment he told me this, my friend, that you're getting casted, blah 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 blah. So I realized, all my life I wanted to be an actor and a director. But after the entire film was done, there was one thing which was bothering me, like something which was bothering me all along the film. As the film was progressing, I also became an assistant director for the film. Yeah. That I completely schemed. That was completely, I schemed, I manipulated, and I got one assistant director to walk away from the film so that that space would be. I just hope that fellow is also not watching. He was Ramu sir's father's best friend's son. So he thought being an assistant director is, spending time with good-looking girls or calling Amla for the shot or Nagarjun sir for the shot or, talking with Raghuvaran. That's what he thought, and he came. So it was like he couldn't believe that this is what it is. So I had a choice. I could have educated him saying, listen, as you said in the beginning of the interview, dedication, hard work will take you places and all that bookish lines. I could have said that. I told him, you are right, da. This is utter nonsense, da. Coming in the morning and sitting and doing labor job. So I psyched him up. So he also felt, Amada, correct. So I want to go and tell, he was very close to Ramu sir. He said, I want to go and tell Ramu and leave it. I said, that is the biggest mistake you're going to do. His name is funny. Just leave without telling. He said, but why?
I got it.
Yeah, obviously by now you should have understood. And no, that is not the best point. I psyched him up, and the best was, Ramu sir, please don't watch this interview once again. Every day morning, Ramu sir used to come to studio at 6 o'clock and go for location scouting. This was the second schedule. That particular day morning, I was in Annapurna Studios by 5:30 because I wanted Ramu sir to come. When Ramu sir came, I said, hello, hi. And I committed in the film, and he was impressed with me as an actor already by then. He was really impressed. So I was not standing next to him. Generally, people would like to, hover around and hang around and make your presence felt. I was standing a little far away and looking at the watch and just looking at the gate side and all that stuff. So Ramu sir was also waiting for somebody. I was standing 20 feet away and I was waiting for somebody. So I have not come for Ramu sir. I have come for somebody else. He asked me, Chakri, you're waiting for someone? I said, yes, sir, I'm waiting for Funny. He asked me to come to studios for something very important he wanted to talk. He said, even I'm also waiting for Funny. Because he was an assistant director, he was supposed to come and we were supposed to go for location scouting. Only I knew he'll never come. We were waiting, and after 15 minutes, I didn't believe him, sir, but it's looking true, and I think it's right. He said, what? He said he never wanted to come back. He said he's leaving and all that stuff. He never want to be in films anymore. He said, yeah. And I said, sir, I really feel sorry for him. I think it's such a great thing to be an assistant director, and one can learn so many things. For an actor, every actor should be an assistant director. And again, I was looking at the gate side waiting for him. I told him he is not going to come. He told me that I told him. And I was still looking at the door. And I hurted Ramu sir's ego. So he was definitely hurt that, that fellow didn't come, and I gave all the bhashan, no, every actor should be assistant director. So he said, get into the car. So, sir, funny. I said, get into the car. That's how I became an assistant director also.
இப்போ இனிஷியலி நீங்க ஒரு படம் பண்ணும்போது இனிஷியல் டேஸ்ல டைரக்டர் will have one perspective and actor will have one perspective. It has to get synced at a point. அப்படி இருக்கும்போது கிரியேட்டிவ் டிஃபரன்சஸ்லாம் வருமா உங்களுக்கு?
கண்டிப்பா வரும். பட் அதுக்கு மேட்டர் என்னன்னா, see, I'll tell you, If the director is good, okay, then you will not have any perspective. You will go with his perception.
அனுராக் காஷ்யப் அவரு எழுதின படத்துல you were part of. So how
So,
was it working with him?
Anurag Kashyap is one of the most talented people I would have come across, or you would have come across, is something you heard. But now, to tell you about Anurag, I have to tell you two examples. If you really want to know about Anurag Kashyap, I was also taking care of the production of Satya's. I also take care of administration as well as also technical departments with Ramu sir. So I was paying Anurag Kashyap his monthly salary. At that point of time, it was around 5,000, okay, or 7,000. He used to take the salary on first of every month, and honestly and shamelessly, on second, he used to again come back and ask for like 500 hai to dena. So for 2-3 months, it was okay. Third month or fourth month, and I started getting a little irritated here. I said, "What's wrong with this guy?" So he's taking the money, either is putting it, generally, you play cards, or you put it in horses, and or I don't know, whatever the other vices. So there was an assistant called nursing. So I told nursing, we gave salary to this guy, Anurag, and I said, follow him and let me know where is he spending the money. Because very second he was coming back. Tell me, where is he spending the money? At 4 he came back and he said, sir, he spent all the money. I said, okay, fine, but where? Then he said, sir, he went to a bookstore, Landmark, and he bought 5,000 rupees worth of books. And I was surprised. So next day when Anurag came back to the office, so I said, Anurag, what are you doing? So he said, kya hua, sir? So I said, you're taking the 5,000 and buying all the books and all that stuff. So kaam kar, buy 3,000 worth of books and keep 2,000 for yourself. No. If I tell people that I spent all the money on the if the first answer was, he said, sir, this month I'll be only holding back 1,000 rupees, and next month I'll think, okay, I got so many books, let me buy only 3,000, and then next month then I'll buy 2,000, and finally other month, first let me read all the books and I'll stop buying first. Sir, anyone in the world would give you money if you say you want to eat, friends or his colleagues, or you want to drink, but nobody in the world would give you money if you say you want to buy books. So I want to buy all the books and then come back and ask you, all you people, for 500, 200. If I ask you 500, at least you'll give me 200. So rest of the month I can get along, sir. Then second thing, we were shooting and it was raining, and his house was nearby, and he said, come home, sir, because it is raining. So Ramu sir, me and Urmila, we went. There was a small room, 10 by 10. It was filled with books, and he had no chairs. There was only one cot. So he asked me, Ramu sir, and Urmila to sit on the cot. The moment we sat on the cot was moving like nobody's business. Pile, a stack of books.
Oh my God.
Now tell me, why will he not become Anurag Kashyap?
And நீங்க வந்து you've been part of all languages. தமிழ்ல வரதுக்கு ஏன் லேட் ஆச்சு?
So waiting for a good script to happen here, because after a time when you realize nothing but a good script or a good role would excite you, then doesn't make sense for you to just do whatever you want.
So with which directors you wanted to collaborate in Tamil? You've been following Tamil movies?
No, see, I don't have an urge like, I want to work with Murugas, huh? No. I want to work with, I get excited when I see a film randomly. For example, Miskin. I was really excited the way, he captures, or Mani, or Anand, or Vishnu. Given a choice, I would like to, I don't want to give a very bookish answer with all the directors, but if given a choice, I love to go back and work with Vishnu and Anand again.
And actors, யார் உங்களை ரொம்ப இன்ஸ்பயர் பண்ணாங்க?
Even before you can finish it, I'll say it's Kamal sir. Mr. Raghuvaran. I don't want to sound trying to impress everyone saying, I like that actor. No, I like Raghuvaran a lot. I love him. He's superb. Fantastic, fabulous. You know why? He's a fabulous actor. He's the only actor who made his disadvantage to be an advantage. He can't speak Telugu for nuts. So he used to take prompting and he created a timing. I used to also give prompting to him when I was an assistant director. So generally when you don't hear, you will say, what? No, Raghu used to say. So he used to do all this, take time and perform. it's not a joke to do all this, circus and still get away with the scene. I love Raghuvaran. He's inspired me a lot.
அப்புறம் வேற actors who impressed you?
Sridevi.
Okay.
I hate men. So
Why?
I like all the...
You can appreciate men at least.
I hate them. I hate men. I only like Sridevi. I like, after Sridevi, then I used to like Amla. Then, I don't know.
No,
I got stuck with Sridevi. Man. Sridevi, Ilayaraja, Raghuvaran. Kamal sir also, of course. See, Raja sir, what can you say, man? Any song. See, tarari tari ra ra ri, darari tari ra, or பேசு கூடாது. What song? Tarara ra tara dara. Amazing songs, man.
Okay, next important question is about your family. Anything interesting?
I'm being very nice to my mom. I'm taking great care of her. Seriously. Don't blush or don't smile. Bloody. You are being a very heinous person. When I'm saying I take care of my mom, she's... This is... I can't believe I'm also recording this. Wait. Yeah. Look at this girl. And I said, I'm taking great care about my mom. I'm trying to be the best son. I make sure I take my mom out in the morning and the evening, and however busy I am, I'm taking great care of her. Because the whole property is on her name. And she is not transferring the monies. Actually, this is my office, okay? And first, second, and third floor is my residence. And I have an outhouse. I've already constructed a small room for my mother. I want to shift her there the moment she... So...
Your mother might watch this interview.
What is the... She knows the truth. What is there? She knows the truth that I'm like this. Ek nikamma son. So what can she do? So that is what I want to tell about my mom and my sister. I don't know what and why she said this beautiful line. They're not going to cast you. They're going to miss you. That's one thing which has given me a great... So I would rather say, like, I really owe a lot to my sister Vaijayanti. And of course, she's married and settled in the US. She's also got lots of properties. The people say no. I have a rich family.
Wonderful. And I had planned something else for you, and it turned out to be this conversation with you. Anyways, I really enjoyed this, each and every bit of it.
I'm sorry, I need to stop it. Like, whoever is watching, they would say this, anyways, that's the most operative word. She said, I planned something for you, but something came anyways. Now it is coming like a consolation prize.
No, not at all.
Viewers,
I thought you were a very serious person, and I had to be very...
I am a damn serious person. That is the reason I told you all the things which is making you laugh. Seriously, I told you all the serious things. Was I saying, ha 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 ha? Was I saying like that? I said I schemed and I chucked out one of the assistant directors. Pleasure. Thank you so very much. Take care.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
താര ബിഹൈൻഡ് ഷോർട്ട് ഫിലിം കോൺടെസ്റ്റ് ഈ വർഷം ഉണ്ടോ?
பிஹைண்ட் ஷார்ட் ஃபிலிம் கான்டெஸ்ட் இந்த வருஷம் கிடையாது. பட் அதுக்கு பதிலா பிஹைண்ட்வுட்ஸ் கோல்ட் மூவி சேலஞ்ச் அப்படின்ற ஒரு விஷயம் புதுசா பண்றாங்க.
மூவி சேலஞ்சா? அப்படினா
எடுக்கிற ஒரு படமும் 65 நிமிஷத்துக்கு மேல கண்டிப்பா இருக்கணுமா?
65 நிமிஷத்துக்கு மேலயா?
ஆமாடா, இது ஷார்ட் ஃபிலிம் இல்லல்ல.
சரி, அப்படி எடுத்துட்டா
எக்ஸைட்டிங்கான கேஷ் பிரைசஸ் இருக்கு. First prize 10 lakhs, second prize 5 lakhs, third prize 3 lakhs.
Wow!
இது மட்டும் இல்ல, இத தவிர ஸ்பெஷல் மென்ஷன் அப்படினு சொல்லி 10 பேரை செலக்ட் பண்ணி அவங்களுக்கு 2 lakhs கேஷ் கொடுக்கறாங்க.
அப்போ டோட்டலி 13 அவார்டா?
எஸ், 13 பேருக்கு எக்ஸைட்டிங்கான கேஷ் பிரைசஸ் இருக்கு. கிளம்பறியா?
எடுக்குறோம்.
அவன் எடுக்கிறது இருக்கட்டும். உங்களுக்கு இத பத்தி மேலும் டீடைல்ஸ் தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும்னா கீழ இருக்கிற டிஸ்கிரிப்ஷன்ல இருக்கிற லிங்கை கிளிக் பண்ணுங்க.
எடுத்துருவான் போல இருக்கு.
Chennai caters authentic ready-to-cook products now available in Canada and US. For details, link in description.
வெளிநாட்டில் மருத்துவம் படிக்கும் மாணவர்கள் வேறு கல்லூரியில் டிரான்ஸ்ஃபர் ஆக வேண்டுமா? மெட்ஜாய் ஓவர்சீஸ் எஜுகேஷனை அணுகுங்கள்.